Hello, this is Brett, the owner of Skate the Foundry, and today I'm going to be showing you what I carry around in my first aid kit. Now first, you can see that it's not in a typical fashion first aid box or first aid bag that you will usually see at a Target or something like that. I like to keep mine in a sandwich bag. This way I can easily stuff it into my backpack when I'm mobile and going to different skate parks. So now let's get into it. So the first thing that I have, which I usually never use, is this hurt-free paper tape. So I have these gauze pads. This is what I would use the tape for. I would cover up the scar or the open wound, and then I would use the tape to cover it. The second thing I like to have is wet wipes. These I don't really use. Usually if someone's hands are dirty, I might use this. My hands are dirty and I gotta clean something off a kid, I might use these. But this is just good to have, mostly when you're dealing with large groups of people. For a one-on-one lesson, this isn't really so much important. Instead, you wanna make sure you have hand sanitizer. This is really important to have. I have it in its own bag. This way, if it leaks, it doesn't leak into all the other stuff. And you'll notice that I have many of the items all individually bagged. Next, I have face mask. If someone is feeling sick, I can always just put this on, or if someone's feeling sick, I can ask them to put this on as well. I have another Band-Aids, just a lot bigger. I just have one. If I need more, I'll get more, but I don't like to carry around tons of equipment and tons of just first aid stuff. I like to have the minimum amount that will cover me, and if I run out, then I'll just go and refill. Then I have various sizes of Band-Aids. So these are a little bit traditional, smaller, long ones, nice and skinny. And then in the back, you can see ones a little bit bigger. These are the ones I usually use on people's knee when they have those knee scrapes. Now, you can see I have ice packs here, disposable ice packs. I only have 3 of them in here. Sometimes I carry more in my car, but if I'm going to a skate park, this is all I need. Sometimes if it's a hot day, I usually give this to the skater just to cool off, to put on their neck or their head. So it's important to have these. Also, just any injuries, it's just nice to have that if someone has gets the wind knocked out of them or hits hard. Ice pack, it may not really do much, but it would make that skater feel better and it'll make them calm down. So I always like to have this with me. Ace bandage, it's always good to have one of these. I haven't used these in a long time. I only used this one time when a kid rolled their ankle and they were waiting for their parent to pick them up. But it's just really nice to have just an ace bandage just in case, because as skaters, we roll our ankles quite often. Next thing I have is my disposable gloves. I don't want to touch any blood or anything of that sort, or I don't want to get someone else's cut dirty, so I'm going to make sure I have some gloves with me. These are actually makeup removal pads, but I like to use this to clean off the little cuts, either on elbow or knee. These are really good to just dab the blood and stop the bleeding. Now I have in here, I'll get to that in a second, I have this spray Neosporin cleansing foam, and this is for kids so it doesn't burn. I let them know it's not going to burn, but then I'll just put that on them, and then I'll dab it down with these makeup removals. And then once it's clean, then that's when I'll go in and apply a Band-Aid on it. Then for the summertime, I always have just a small travel size sunblock. And then my final thing that I like to have, which is a new to the edition, is tweezers. There recently has been a bee sting, and someone had to get the stinger out of their hand, and I did not have one in my first aid kit. So this is the most recent addition to the first aid kit. So there you have it. These are the items that you would need most of the time if you're going to do a private lesson. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified when I post new content regarding instructing or skate related business. Thanks, goodbye.